Okay, so there's this new Justice League movie that came out today. Of course, it stars your typical Justice League peoples, including Wonder Woman. And there's this scene that involves a terrorist attack. So to summarize, these vans are driving through London. You get this on high look, probably some drone cameras are showing these vans pull up in front of this impressive building. The van stops, guy gets out, knocks on the door. All these guys in suits carrying impressive weapons start shooting people randomly, and they get into the building, and they herd a bunch of kids hostage, threatening to kill them. And this guy in a fedora, essentially, he's carrying this suitcase through all this mayhem, and he opens it up, and he arms a bomb. How realistic is any of this? Well, the wanton shooting is very realistic. In fact, when I was watching the vans pull up in front of the building and the guys come out and start shooting, I was reminded of the Charlie Hebdo attacks in 2015, in January. That was the time when the two brothers Karachi, I think they were called, they were Islamist-inspired terrorists, wanted to punish Charlie Hebdo for the Muhammad cartoon. That was very realistic. The fact that terrorist groups kill people randomly, very realistic. The fact that they take kids hostage, very realistic. And interestingly, the hostage takers, the terrorists, tell the kids to shut up, and the guy makes a statement saying that you're going to find out what happens in a few minutes. Do not interfere. If you interfere, I'm going to kill the kids. So that's slightly realistic. That's about the end of the realism. Wonder Woman is standing on some building in London. She sees what's going on, and she miraculously comes through the door. And in Wonder Woman style, she of course deflects bullets with her bracelets. Wouldn't it be great to have bracelets that deflect bullets? And she captures one of the terrorists in a rope, her magic lasso, and she says, "This is the lasso of whatever it is," and it makes them tell the truth. Are you a terrorist? Or rather, who are you? Guy says, "I'm a terrorist." And we're a reactionary bunch that essentially we're against the modern world, and we want to bring it back down to the dark ages. No. There are terrorist groups that are against modernity. I mean, I would argue that Islamic State and most Islamist extremist groups want to bring us back to the 7th century, the so-called golden age of Islam as far as they see it. But for terrorist groups to have no demands whatsoever, as the guy in the fedora says, yeah, I got a hard time believing that. Most terrorist groups want something. This seems to me like a nihilist group more than a terrorist group. Yes, they use terrorist tactics, and apparently this bomb they're going to set off is going to blow up 4 city blocks of London, and I don't know how that bombs them back to the Dark Ages, but apparently it's going to. Go figure. In the end, Wonder Woman saves the day. She deflects a lot more bullets with her bracelets. And the very last scene is she basically kicks the snot out of the guy in the fedora, and she causes more damage than the bomb would have, which of course she safely throws up in the atmosphere, and it blows up and no one gets hurt. Anyhow, long story short, the thing started out kind of as a typical terrorist attack that I've seen historically, but it descends into something really, really weird. So I'm not sure that this particular scene in Justice League is an accurate reflection of what a terrorist group would do in 2021. For those who are just joining us, I'm Phil Gurski, president of Borealis, former Canadian Security Intelligence Officer. If it's your first time, welcome. I'd love to see you guys subscribe and like it on YouTube. It'd be great. Take care, and thanks again for showing up.